Welcome to week one of the Potently Summer Career Experience. This week, the theme is brand and CV. I am Tiptop Hamza. I'm the founder of Potently. Today, we start with 6-second rule, and we're going to build on this subsequently. 10 minutes every day for the next 5 days. And on Saturday, we will wrap it up with a speaker from Fortune 500 company to come answer your questions and shed more light on all of this. So, what recruiters look for in 6 seconds? It's called the 6 seconds rule. And this is not just made up. This is a research-backed reality of how little time a recruiter spends on a CV before deciding whether to read on or move on. By the end of the session, participants will understand exactly what recruiters scan for and how to make a CV pass that first test. And there are going to be 3 takeaways. First, the 6-second CV scan, why it's real, and what the research actually says. Second, what recruiters are genuinely looking at in those 6 seconds. And third, how to structure a CV so that it serves that first scan. Here's the reframe for today. Most students write a CV as if it will be read carefully, top to bottom. It won't be. The first decision happens in seconds, and once you understand that, you can build for it. 6 seconds, that's the average first pass on the CV. A study by the Ladders using high tracking technology found that recruiters spend an average of 6 to 7 seconds deciding whether a CV is worth reading further. And in that time, they are not reading your bullet points. They are visually scanning for patterns. And honestly, with AI, it's even way faster than that. Imagine you sending hi ChatGPT to ChatGPT, and imagine the response time. That is the time it takes sometimes. So recruiters visually scan for patterns. Patterns such as your name, your title, your current or most recent role, your dates, your education, and what have you. If those are hard to find, the CV is just set aside. This isn't a criticism of recruiters. No, they are not to be blamed, right? It's simply the reality of high volume hiring. A lot of people want the same job you want, and it means a brilliant candidate with a cluttered CV loses to a less experienced candidate with a clean, well structured one at the very past in the first instance. So, presentation matters as much as content. That's very important takeaway for you. So let me be precise about what happens in those 6 seconds. Because recruiters aren't reading, they are pattern matching. Their eyes move in a predictable path. First, the name and the contact details at the top, and your professional headline or most recent job title, then the company name and your date of employment, then your highest qualification and institution. That's pretty much the scan, except if the recruiter has a particular format that you have already been told that you should make your CV to be, then they may slightly different. But that's exactly just the pattern. That's how the scan works. Just moving around like an eagle or a bird eye view of how things is happening. And if any one of those elements is buried, badly formatted, or missing, the decision is already made. Here's the key insight. The candidate wasn't rejected for what they wrote, actually. They were rejected for how it was organized. This follows what's called the F pattern of reading. If you know what that means, it simply means the eyes go across the top, down the left edge, then across again, like that. That's the F pattern. Your headers, your job titles, and your company names need to sit on that part, either top like this. That's how it works, mostly. But now AI does that. So here are 4 things that triggers rejection or that made recruiters or AI recruiting tools not to progress with your CV in the first instance. So the first one is no clear headline or job titles. So recruiters want to instantly categorize you. And if there's no clear title under your name, they can't, right? Or if there's no clear headlines or anything similar to that, honestly, they can't. Two, dense paragraph instead of bullets. So when your paragraphs are dense and you're not using bullets, such text signal poor communication and make the scan impossible. Bullet points will always win. So put at the back of your back of your mind. Bullet points win every time. Three, unexplained gaps are jumbled dates, right? So when you have jumbled dates or you have gaps, you've been out of jobs for 2 months or a month. For instance, now you've been out of job for a month. So, and you attend the summer experience program, you can use that to fill the gap. That suffices, honestly. Don't overthink it, provided you have gaps that are explainable. But if those gaps are more than a month or two and you can't explain it, you didn't learn anything, you didn't do volunteer, you didn't do anything, then that's a trigger sometimes for rejection, especially if it's recent. Okay, and non-chronological order or gaps without context, they all stuff like that create doubts and it gives extra work to the recruiter. And number four, a generic opening statement. Imagine someone writing a hard-working graduate seeking opportunities. This tells the recruiter absolutely nothing because thousands, if not millions of people use that same thing. It means nothing. And it's the fastest route for your CV to just be dumped. So be honest with yourself. Does your CV have any of these? These are incredibly common because most people were never taught what a CV actually is or what recruiters are looking for, and that is why you are here today. So now let's build the opposite, the 5 elements that survive the first 6 seconds. One, your full name clearly at the top, large, readable, no decorative font necessary. You can bold at the maximum, right? Two, a sharp professional headline where necessary, right below the name, or a role title or a clear goal. Number three is a clean section labels. Like you have to categorize it, have a section for experience, another section for education, another section for skills, and you continue building it like that. That shows you're ready for the job and you know exactly what you're doing. Right? Number four, your most recent role first in a reverse chronological order. You can put your most recent role first, or you can just do reverse chronology. And number five, white spaces and consistent formatting, because the eye needs room to move. Imagine this context now, the slide here. Imagine if this 5 bullet points and there's no white spaces there, they're just jump packed. You strain your eye to read this and you just lose interest to read it. But if it's well spaced, you give your eye the room to move. So these 5 are non-negotiable on almost every CV. So there are 2 things that we're going to do to help you. One is AI tools such as JobScan, Ninja CV Pro, ChatGPT, and any other AI tool where you just paste your CV and your job description and it instantly match your score and give you key recommendations. Then the second is that we're going to give you templates in Google Docs and Microsoft Word, which is free. You can edit it, and we are going to show you how to edit this and make sure they are fully formatted and how you can tailor it for every CV. And this is going to happen in subsequent daily sessions and in the workshops that is going to happen on Saturday to recap all what you've learned in the week. So here is your action. Pull up your current CV or open a blank document if you don't have one yet. Check it against the 5 elements from today and mark each one as either strong, needs work, or is missing. Be honest with yourself. And for your reflection, think about the recruiter you actually want to reach. What will they be scanning for in your target sector? And what does your CV say about you in the first 6 sections right now? And if you're starting from zero, Don't feel behind. Starting with a clear structure beats starting from a badly formatted old document. And that's 10 minutes. And now you know what exactly recruiters are looking for. And tomorrow we build the CV that delivers it. See you tomorrow.